What's up, everybody? Give you guys a second to join. What a day. What a day. What is going on here? Let me just start the video. A lot of you guys don't know, but I have been in crypto for a very, very long time. So right here, Coinbase is actually down on the computer. I can't actually log in, but this is 2013 when I bought Bitcoin for $76, right? $76 Bitcoin. Now, a lot of you guys know my story. I sold the Bitcoin. Shouldn't have, and that's kind of what I want to share today in this video. So yeah, we're seeing a massive correction, but for a bull market, this isn't even a enormous correction either. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. A lot of you guys already know, but let me just refresh this. Bitcoin down 9.3% today. ETH is down 18.5% today in the last 24 hours. And yeah, it's a total, it reminds me of the COVID bloodbath. It reminds me of COVID, guys. So that's why, as much as it's frustrating for a lot of you guys to see the price of your portfolio go down in terms of US dollars, this reminds me of COVID. It really does. Right here, taking a look, the Nikkei 225 falls more than 5%. So international stocks being hit, and the Dow futures slide more than 300 points after the NASDAQ falls into a correction. Okay, so welcome to investing, right? Welcome to investing. A lot of you guys know, or you're just not really shocked. It doesn't really matter at this point for a lot of you guys, but if this is your first cycle or you just started buying Bitcoin a couple months ago, I mean, this is scary, right? This is really scary. So Bitcoin right now, where is it from its all-time high? 25% from its all-time high. In a video I did a few days ago, I remind you guys that in bull markets, Bitcoin can drop 30, 40 plus %. So this is still nicely in a bull market territory. It is pretty crazy that a couple days ago, right, the price of Bitcoin was 70 and now it's 54, 55. It is pretty remarkable how quickly that can happen. So a couple charts just to kind of get things going. So you may be tired of seeing good news like this, but there have been buyers even though the price is going down. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why the price is going down. The general stock market is going down. We saw right here that Warren Buffett sold a lot of its Apple stock and has a record high amount of cash sitting on the sidelines. So that spooked a lot of people. They're like, what does he know that we don't? Here, Buffett sold Costco and McDonald's, and those stocks are up tremendously when he sold. So it's not like just because he sold, he knows everything, right? What's going on, everybody? Let me go ahead and finish what's going on here. Global money supply is mooning, though. Fear index is low, and the crypto market participants are selling because they're worried about a recession, right? A lot of talk about a recession right now. We're probably already in a recession, though, and the Middle East conflict turning into a full-out war. So, yes, recession worries, Middle East conflict worries. M2 money supply hits a new all-time high. M2 money breaks new all-time high. Usually this correlates to NASDAQ stocks and Bitcoin going up, right? Usually it does. Bitcoin is the great absorber of liquidity. Another chart right here showing the same thing. And from Raoul Paul on Twitter, this big sloppy range in the majors is really due to massive supply changing hands from the last cycle. FTX estate, so whatever they're doing to get ready for their distributions, they're going to be distributing billions of dollars. Mt. Gox, which I did hear from a creditor in Mt. Gox that Bitcoin is coming to, I think it's BitGo and Kraken, and they're getting ready to distribute, or they actually have begun. Germany selling their Bitcoin, GBTC, and this whole thing regarding Jump. So there have been some unwinds, some trades that have been unwinding, possibly some liquidations we don't fully know about. But at the end of the day, this really reminds me of what happened with COVID. And let's go back, see if I can find it really quick. So pretty sure that was right around here. 11 to, no, where was it? I can't even find it now, guys. So sorry. Oh, here it was. 10 to 5, right? The market cut in half in a pretty short amount of time. So there was a lot of fear around COVID, and that's what this reminds me of. There's a lot going on, and people are afraid. So I just want to remind you again, Coinbase is down on the computer. I don't know what's going on there, but again, I've been here long enough to know that I'm not going to sell just because things are scary, right? So I'm not going to say it won't go lower. Nobody can predict the future, but I am a huge believer in Bitcoin, a $71 Bitcoin buy. I've been here for a while, 2017, 2021, and now whatever's going on with cryptos right now and the greater stock market. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, but you got to think that will Bitcoin be up higher than it is now in a decade or in 5 years? Will the stock market go to zero? I mean, come on. I mean, if you really think that, then, you know, you're going to have to make your own decisions. I personally do think that this is a correction. There's a ton of fear, a lot of cascading fear. Taking a look at Bitcoin really quick. So we were at this point not too long ago, taking a look at 3 months. So 3 months ago, I think we hit like 54 or so, maybe 53. I'm not quite sure, early July. So in terms of just Bitcoin, we are where we were a couple months ago, like a month and a half ago, right? Not that big of a deal. I mean, if you're holding altcoins, yeah, we got rocked. Altcoins got pretty much hammered hard. Ethereum down a lot. So we'll see. Again, there's cascading liquidations. Things can kind of go faster, harder, up or down because of people being freaking terrified, right? So for Ethereum, down over 50% from its all-time high. We didn't even break a new all-time high this year, as most of you guys know. So yeah, welcome, guys. So I will transition to just chilling with you guys for a bit. Yeah, we have been in a recession for a year. I agree. So I agree. Let me go open this up. All right, guys, let me go through some of your guys' comments. You're welcome. Yeah, people are freaked out about war. Absolutely. Yeah, man, there's some talk about Ionic Digital, the Celsius stock. We'll see what happens with that. Well, man, sorry. It's me. I sold $8 billion worth of Bitcoin. Totally sorry, guys. Dry powder, ready to go. Absolutely. Yep, Warren Buffett. Yeah, it could be a signal. It could be noise. It's hard to know. I mean, does Warren Buffett really nail every single time that he sells that means something? People could argue yes or no. Doesn't matter. Yeah, man, buy the dip or sit on your hands. I mean, honestly, not financial advice. Nothing I say on this station is. But if you're going to be selling now, I mean, have fun, enjoy. I mean, maybe it'll go down lower and maybe you can pick things up lower. Or someone like myself, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not looking to trade, right? I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I think it's important. If this is really freaking you out, I'm not a psychologist or a life coach on Instagram, but if I was, I would say that if this is really freaking you out, you either had too much in Bitcoin, you don't believe in it enough, or your time horizon is too short. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter because the stock market will eventually go back up again. We were just at all-time highs like a week or two ago, right? So this is like a very, very like, oh my God, the world's collapsing, right? I'm reading some of your guys' comments too, and it's like, guys, yeah, this is only the beginning. All right, B-Rad. I mean, maybe, but like, who cares? Who freaking cares? Yeah, this has been a totally shitty bull run. But remember, here, let me see if I can pull up another chart for you guys as I talk. So 2020, or 4 years ago, was a really boring year. So if we're looking at 2020 as the year of the halving, it's an incredibly boring year. I'm trying to pull this up right now. A lot of you guys know exactly what I am talking about. But let's go ahead. And as this loads on into the cryptoverse, this may be looking like 2019. The founder of Into the Cryptoverse, Benjamin Cowan, has been saying this kind of looks like a 2019 year, but that would be strange because that would have correlated to last year. But let's take a look. 2020 versus 2024. So right now, from today's dip, basically, we are below the ROI, so return on investment, from the beginning of 2020. So 2020 is this little dotted line right here. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here. There we go. And 2020 is this solid line. Today's dip, we have dropped below. But you can see that 2020 isn't really that amazing of a year. It's really 2021 that did really good for Bitcoin. So it went up quite a lot in 2021. So we'll see, guys. Again, this is what we're looking at right now. Doesn't concern me. Let's go ahead and go through some more of you guys' comments. Will, more buying opportunities. This will be my first full cycle. Yes. And if this cycle correlates to a global recession, then we'll have to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I'm not concerned. This doesn't concern me. Yeah, it's not fun. But what is your time horizon? Are you a trader or are you a long-term investor? And do you think that the global or just the US stock market or even the global stock market, do you think it's going to go down forever? If you do, then buy, I don't know, guns, ammo, toilet paper, and cash, right? I guess that would be a dumb idea. But if you really think that we're never going to hit new all-time highs again, then yeah, totally get out. But if you think like me that, okay, this is a lot of fear, there's a lot of global stuff happening, we're seeing global stocks fall, Dow futures falling, we're seeing fear of global war, recession, Middle East conflict. Nonetheless, rate cuts will most likely begin. And yeah, there could still be a period of decline after the rate cuts. That often is what happens. But rate cuts happen, easier to borrow money, and M2 money supply goes up. And most likely, I just don't see a way or a real reason that the U.S., gosh, I hate to say this, would allow a massive, massive stock crash, sustained stock crash. There's just too much, especially with the election coming up. I mean, a stock crash right now, and it's still being low during the election, that would not look good for the Democrats. But we will see. Let me go through some more of your comments, guys. Michael Saylor has definitely purchased Bitcoin in the 30,000 range, so I don't know. He usually buys at pretty good times, but again, he's looking at it from a really long time horizon. He's not looking at it from a short time horizon at all. And I think that's really, really important. This drop shows your real risk tolerance, or you invested too much in a high risk asset. I mean, if this is really, really scaring you, again, it's like this is the first time you've seen a drop this big. You don't understand how fear compounds and literally makes people crazy. So you're unfamiliar with the feeling of what's happening right now, which is very scary if this is your first time. You have a too high allocation to Bitcoin, or you think you're going to need to sell that Bitcoin into fiat dollars in the next 6 months to a year, right? One of those things is the reason why you are overly freaked out right now, right? So nothing changed with Bitcoin. Nothing changed. Taking a look at the prices. Let's see what's going on since I've been blabbing on a little bit. So it looks like ETH came down a little bit more, closing in on 20%. Bitcoin down over 10. Not surprised. None of this surprises me. I don't really care. And I don't care because I have a very small amount of my net worth in Bitcoin. Just the opposite. My allocation to Bitcoin, primarily Bitcoin, some ETH, some Sol, some altcoins. My allocation is unusually irresponsibly high. So I don't like kind of doxing myself and sharing how much, but it's high. So me being kind of nonchalant, being like, don't worry about it. It's not coming from a place of like, I have $5,000 in Bitcoin. You know, it's not at all. And a lot of people on YouTube, honestly, aren't even invested. So they come across really freaking like zen and chill just because they have no skin in the game. Trust me, there's a lot of that. So that's not why. I just have been here for a long time. Those of you guys new, open up my Coinbase app. Again, 2013 was buying Bitcoin. 2013 buying Bitcoin for this one for $76.30. So been around for a while. None of this really worries me. TAL only matters if you plan to sell. Exactly. Taking a look at more of your comments. Tempted to sell your ETH bags and walk away with the L? I mean, again, the times in my life that I've sold out of pure animalistic fear and emotion, which is what a lot of people are feeling right now, it's never worked out for me. Or I should say 8 out of 10 times it doesn't work out for me. But if you want to do that, if you're into panic selling, Matt says no panic selling. I would agree with Matt here, but I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor, and you're going to have to decide what you want to do. We could go deeper. I actually wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit mid 40s. Honestly, I wouldn't even bat an eye. I mean, that would be challenging to see your portfolio go down that much, but like I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Take a look more of the comments. A full recession, Bitcoin to 30? Sure, maybe. I don't know. Sick of buying dips, ready for the gains? Absolutely. Why would we have a recession? There are some markers, unemployment markers, that have ticked up that people are freaking out about. Basically, recession indicators. This one specifically right here. A lot of you guys have seen this indicator. So it breaks above. Sometimes it can predict a recession. So I don't know. We saw one in 2020. 2020 was an anomaly. I guess we saw possibly it predict the one in 2008, 2009. Maybe it predicted the 2001 as well. So yeah, I mean, maybe this could be it. So if this keeps going higher, that's what a lot of people are concerned about. This and global tensions, Middle East stuff, which has been going on for as long as I've been alive, and pretty much all of you guys have been alive. There's always been tension there, but yeah, it could escalate into a full-out war. I think we're already in a recession, so there could be some more pain. And again, pain begets more pain. When there's pain and loss, there are liquidations, things compound, and then everyone gets all pissed off. So no one's going to live forever. Take profits. Yeah, you can take profits. I'm not here to tell you to not take profits, but taking profits, you know, if it's totally out of fear, I don't know. All right. Yeah, meme coins have taken a massive, massive hit. Bitcoin is the safe crypto. It's still a volatile asset, though, of course. Wow, man, nice. Mined most of your crypto. Been doing that for 10 to 15 years. Awesome. Converting alts to Bitcoin. It's a little late now, but whatever you want to do is totally fine. Yeah, ETH is tanking, absolutely. Just going through these comments really quick. Well, I share my buying in 2013, Ryan, because like I've talked about in different videos, I've actually made mistakes. So I sold when I was just scared, or I sold when the price went down. And a lot of regret, because I was buying ETH and Bitcoin 2013, 2014, 2015, DCAing. I was DCAing like $50 a week. And I don't have much to show for it, right? Like I don't have what I should have. So I share that as like a precautionary tale, and why panic selling is rarely a good idea. Yes, instead of panic selling, go to bed. Not a big deal. Jeff says, this is my third cycle. I see this dump as a buying opportunity. During my first cycle, I would have been panicking a little or a lot. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like the stock market does not go down this much so quickly. Over the last 7 days here, I mean, 7 days ago, we were at essentially 70,000 and now we're down $15,000. That's a lot. But for Bitcoin, that's not unheard of. So yeah, I'm glad this is not your first cycle. Absolutely, experience can bring perspective. Good. I'm glad I made you a little bit calmer now. Again, freakouts, again, you have too much Bitcoin, you need to sell it to fiat very soon, or your time horizon is just too short for Bitcoin, or you just don't believe in what you're holding. One of those reasons is why, or a combination of those reasons, is why you may be feeling a little bit more panicked than others. Should you buy? I mean, if you have fiat on the sidelines, obviously now is a better time to buy than it was a week ago, right? So in relationship to last week, of course, now is a great time to buy. If you want to buy Ether, I mean, let's take a look at the price. Let's take a look at what's going on here. How much is Solana down? About the same as Bitcoin, a little less, 11%. XRP down 15. Nothing is up. I mean, it's an amazing day when literally stablecoins are the top 5, right? Stablecoins are the top 5 winners for the top 100. So this is an entire global contagion right now. And it may fizzle out. It may continue. All right. At the end of the day, you know, unless you're about to retire tomorrow, this shouldn't really concern you. What's going on in the stock market, your 401k, what's going on with cryptos, unless you need the money tomorrow, or you just put in your 2 weeks notice because you had enough money. Now it's like, oh, weird. Okay. Note to self, don't drink carbonated drinks on a live stream because I am burping. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Finish your guys' comments a little bit. I'll be stacking on the dip. Absolutely. Now is the time to stack. If you still want to stack, now is the time to stack. Ogie with some meme coins. Now, not going to suggest you buy meme coins because a lot of the ones that I was buying really, really tanked. So I was buying PopCat a lot. Not a lot. I had a small position, and it's down over 50% from its all-time high. The all-time high was 2 weeks ago. So if we see a bounce, I think that meme coins will bounce harder and faster than Bitcoin. But if we go down more, like if Bitcoin goes down another 10%, these meme coins can go down another 30%. So that's the risk. Bitcoin oversold. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, the charts say one thing, on-chain metrics say that there's a lot of selling going on right now. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, are you going to panic sell? Are you going to sit on your hands? Or are you going to buy more? Really, like 3 options, right? Panic selling is, oh my God, it's going down. It's going to go down lower. This is making me freak out. I need to sell because I'm scared. Or I'm going to sell now because I have a high conviction it's going to go down lower, and I'm going to buy when it's lower. The problem with that is that most people do not buy when it's lower. If you were to sell, let's say $10,000 right now, and the price went down another 15%, you're not going to time the bottom. What's going to happen is you're going to see it. You're going to be like, oh, I could get whatever, 15% more Bitcoin, but maybe it'll go down another 10%, so I'm going to hold off. And what happens is you just end up not having as much coins when we hit new all-time highs again. So if you don't think we're ever going to hit new all-time highs, then you should probably sell. But if you think the market's going to come back, probably sitting on your hands. Yep. If your only experience is the stock market and the dips that happen in the stock market, a massive, 10% day is like terrifying, or ETH, 20%. 21.7% over the last day. Yeah, over the last 7 days. It was almost $3,400. It's down over $1,000. It's down like 30% over the last 7 days, right? So yeah, it's very scary. It's different. It's 14 days down 35%. Crypto is different. We get massive gains, but a lot of volatility. If you're panic selling but panic buying, well, I guess if you're buying and selling different things, that could see. What levels am I seeing things could turn around? There's some good support at around 30. But I if it were to go to 30, that would have to be just the stock market would have to nuke another 20%, 30%. I mean, that would be like a 2008 level. But yeah, it's hard to know. I know I'd get a lot more clicks if I made some predictions, but the problem is that everyone's wrong. So nobody really knows. Yeah, I wish I could panic buy right now. Yeah, man, we could go low, Richard. I mean, I guess it depends on like what are you going to do. So, do you have fiat on the sidelines that you are going to buy more with, and then you want to try to time the bottom? If that was you, then I would DCA maybe every $4,000 to $5,000 dip for Bitcoin, every $5,000 and buy some more, right? That would be a good idea. Everything is on sale today. Offload fiat for real assets. Yeah. So a lot of you guys are sitting on fiat. If you are, you got to ask yourself, all right, at what point are you going to start buying some of these dips, right? And nobody can predict. Again, I would have 10x the YouTube followers if I was making big ass predictions. Big old predictions, right? At the end of the day, nobody knows. Nobody can predict. So if you're buying Bitcoin, maybe every 5%, 10% down it goes, buy another chunk, right? Or whatever you want to do. Nobody can predict the bottom. Just buy. Yeah, it's just that easy, right? Buy low, sell high. Yeah, Bitcoin miners I expect to just be demolished tomorrow when the market opens. Tomorrow is going to be a hard day. It's going to be a challenging day. Or if you have some fiat, if you have some dollars, it could be a really good day tomorrow. So let me pull up some Bitcoin mining stocks for you guys and see what's going on. Yeah, MicroStrategy will be on sale tomorrow. Bitcoin miners will be on sale tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of sales tomorrow. So let's take a look right here really quick. So share this tab. Here we go. Bitcoin mining stocks. So let's see. Already on Friday, we saw some take really big dips. CleanSpark down 10, Riot down 8, Marathon down 5. So these will probably be down another 10 to 15% when we open up Monday, tomorrow. That's what I expect. So could be some good buying opportunities. Yeah, we're probably at extreme fear. Absolutely. I mean, if we're not, then I don't know what it would take at this point, really. Fear and greed index. What's going on? Let's take a look. Yeah, we are at fear. At least this one is saying pretty deep into the fear. Last week, greed. Look at that. So that's what happens. Fear and greed cycle back and forth. So selling when things are fearful, 9 out of 10 times in my life, hasn't been a great idea. I don't know. I don't know if Ben lets me show charts on a live stream, but I could show another one. So Again, Bitcoin year-to-date ROI. Let me just refresh this really quick. Whoop, share this tab. There we go. So year-to-date ROI right now, 2020, here's 2024. So yeah, we're seeing 2020 this year, or 2024 right now, go significantly below where we were in 2020. But we have been kind of tracking this anyway. We have been kind of moving in the same thing. So logarithmic regression. Let's take a look at this. So we are still chilling in the green zone here. You can see taking a really zooming out, not much has really moved. It's pretty small when you zoom out, right? So we were below the green bands here end of 2022 when Bitcoin was 16. So right now that level would be around $41,000 or so if we hit the bottom green line. So yeah, maybe 40, that would be a really, really low place where historically we don't go that much below the bottom green band, right? Historically, we don't really go below, if much at all. So yeah, those of you guys being like, oh, what would be a great entry point? Okay, 40. There's your entry point, guys. Let's take a look. Let's see here. So if this starts going negative, so if it moves below 0, it could indicate a signal bottoming. So yeah, we got a little bit lower right here. If this drops really, really low, like we saw end of 2022, then yeah, it could be a good time to buy. So I don't want to give away all of Ben's charts, but let me go back. Let me go back here really quick. And yeah, let me go back to the comments. Just chilling with you guys. I wasn't planning on jumping on, but a lot of people are really, really worried right now. So looking under the cushions to stack. Yep. So things are dropping a little bit more. Not surprised. A lot of fear right now. A lot of you guys commenting are like, I'm going to sell and then I'm going to buy lower. And if that's what we want to do, have fun. RSI is a screaming buy. Yeah, a lot of charts are looking pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, things could get worse if the NASDAQ and whatnot continue to bleed. But yeah, basically, I mean, right here, taking a look, we're more or less getting we're in this oversold area, right? So we are in an area that historically is a pretty good time to buy. If you take a look at the RSI. So oversold area is here in green. Overbought area, ironically, was when Bitcoin hit an all-time high in March. And right now we're in the green. So you can see this cycles and vacillates quite a lot. But yeah, I mean, could it go lower? Sure. I mean, right here, we saw the RSI go a lot lower than it was now. Taking a look right here, middle of 2023, the RSI went down quite a lot as well. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Overall, not concerned. Doesn't really matter. Hey, everybody. After being robbed by Celsius, I feel this is a great time to buy the dip. Yeah, man. I mean, if you have that cash, absolutely. The halving never disappoints. Always big dips leading to all-time high. Yeah. That's how I feel too. So I've just been in this rodeo, been in this crypto game for so long that, dips like this just don't bother me anymore. It's good to not check your portfolio every day. It's helpful just to know that it's down and not to check, because that just gets you emotional. And then you're like, oh man, if I only sold, it would have had this much more dollars and then I could have bought more, or shoot, I really could have used those dollars to buy a new car or to get a new roof on my house or whatever. So you got to like make sure you're psychologically just in a good space too. Yep, Bitcoin ETFs are going to get hammered. Give me just one sec, pulling something up. So yeah, tomorrow will be a great buying opportunity. We can all blame Buffett for selling his Apple stock, I guess. If you want to pick up those charts I was showing, I just dropped it in the comments. You get 10% off if you want those charts. See, this is a great idea, right? 10-year time horizon. I mean, honestly, that's where you should be. You should be at a longer time horizon. M2 money supply, new all-time high. Usually a good sign. Maybe it'll be different this time, right? And then we have this indicator, a good old recession indicator, but we can see that it has come up, but then it's gone back down, right? It's come up and gone back down, and then we had a couple more years before a recession. Right here, it was at a point, I guess, 2.3. I mean, now it's a little bit higher, 0.53. You just don't know. I mean, maybe it'll come back down, maybe it won't. Maybe the, Biden, the acting president, will do something to save the stock market until he gets reelected or Kamala gets reelected. I don't know, guys. We will see. I'm here with you guys, not to be concerned. At least I'm not concerned. This is a complicated question. How much fiat should you keep in your bank? Well, if I were channeling my inner Dave Ramsey, he would say keep a 6-month emergency fund in your bank. And, well, he would say pay off your house. But, yeah, it's up to you. I don't know. How much you should keep in your bank? How much should you invest? I don't know. DCA weekly and stick to it? Yep. 50K, big support level. Awesome. Whatever happens, happens. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, so why is this happening? I mean, there are people that say, oh, it's the whales manipulating the price so they can get lower entries. I mean, there's that. That's always a narrative that you could always find proof to believe, right? Then there's the narrative of, people or the people that run the country or whatever, they want to tank Bitcoin because right now Bitcoin goes up is correlated to a Trump presidency. Like Trump aligned himself with Bitcoin. So if you're looking at it from that level, it's like if Bitcoin tanks, then Trump looks bad. I don't know. There's a lot of things, but really what's happening right now is Bitcoin is mirroring what's happening in the stock market, what's happening internationally, falling more than 5%, what's happening right here, Dow futures getting crushed. So really that's what's happening, right? Bitcoin and the crypto market are unfortunately still seen as a risk asset. It shouldn't because, it's fixed supply. Y'all know the spiel. It's a really, really amazing savings technology, if not the best. But it's still seen as like a volatile NASDAQ, a volatile tech stock, which I don't believe it will forever, but right now it still is. I survived Bitcoin at 26K. I'm not running away now. If we head to a bear market, so be it. I'll see you guys in 4 years. I mean, yeah. Who knows, right? Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, if you think Bitcoin is never going to go back up, maybe you should sell. But I am pretty darn certain that Bitcoin's going to go back up. I'm just leaving this on the screen because whoever this is more attractive than me. So, no, I'm just kidding. So let's go ahead and go back to the charts because this is what's freaking people out right now. Let me refresh this. Seems like it's stabilized a little bit. Is this the jump trade and getting out of ETH? Yeah, so that has been a big thing that people are talking about. A lot of news, a lot of kind of like chatter about jump trading. Maybe they're getting liquidated, selling a lot of positions. You just don't know. You just don't know. It could be. They were selling quite a lot. So, but it's also, again, correlating to the stock market. So right here, Bitcoin mining stocks, expecting a lot down tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. S&P. Yeah, I mean, on Friday it was down 1.8. That is a huge, huge decline for just like an S&P index. Huge, huge decline. Probably going to be down another 2%. So it could be pretty big. We will see what happens on Monday. I'll probably come on and do a live stream tomorrow as well. So yeah, I mean, Friday was huge. Mid caps down 1.8%. Yeah, it was a big day. So we'll see what happens on Monday, guys. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in retrospect, it's like, oh, there were so many signs that we were at the top of the market, or not the market, the top of like a little mini cycle, right? You had the CEO of NVIDIA signing girls' tits, right? You had kind of dorks that looked like they were high on psychedelic mushrooms dancing at like NFT and ordinal conferences. I mean, sure, you can pick out in retrospect, like, oh yeah, we were at like a local top. There was way too much hype. Not every, but a lot of celebrities were launching pump and dump meme coins. But, I also thought it was going to go higher. So we'll see. Let's see here. I love seeing you guys as just feeling so despondent. Feels like hope is gone here. Oh, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because like I've been there, and it doesn't matter. So I started this live stream again, showing that I was buying Bitcoin and ETH in 2013, 2014, and a lot of people can be really nonchalant about crashes or corrections like we're seeing now because they're not invested. I have a large percent of my net worth invested in cryptos, and so this is fiat goes down, I feel it. So, but I still am not feeling like the world's going to end, right? Just going through your guys' comments. A lot of good comments. Not going to touch on all of them, but a lot of good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are doing well. 7:30 here in Arizona. So, yeah, the Japan JPY carry trade is also unwinding. Absolutely. So interest rates were super, super duper low, or zero in Japan, right? So people were going there, buying the currency, taking that, investing into assets that produced yield, and now a lot of that is coming back to Japan, right? It's unwinding because the interest rates are going higher. So let's see. Hodl tight and see. I'd rather sell than test my balls. Yep. Absolutely. Before the Bitcoin ETF, there was a huge dip before the Bitcoin ETF. So, I mean, this stuff happens. I mean, let's go 1 year back for Bitcoin. I mean, 1 year ago, Bitcoin was $25,000. So 1 year ago, things were a lot different. Right before the ETF, yeah, I mean, there was a big dip, 46 down to 39, and then it pumped. So yeah, not concerned. The violent swings are how you can make a great profit. Absolutely. Ethereum, I don't know. Yeah, another peak signal. Altman driving his, what was that car? Was the Koenigsegg? No. Yeah, maybe. I forgot the name of that car. Some like $2 million supercar. Yeah, Ryan. Celsius, I mean, still like hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands of people haven't even gotten their crypto yet. It's been like 7 months, 8 months. So yeah, absolutely. Bought some Bitcoin at 56. Nice. I mean, it's all about just lowering your average cost, right? You're not going to time things perfectly. There's no such thing as timing it perfectly. So if you have cash on the sidelines and you want to add to your positions, then dollar cost averaging, as people are terrified, as they are right now. So let's take a look right here. Fear Greed Index 26. Let me refresh this. I'm not quite sure how often this refreshes. So maybe tomorrow it'll be lower or things will be scarier. Absolutely. Buying, adding to your positions when people are freaked out is the way to go. Great comment here. This is where the money is made. All the profits I had this cycle came from buying Bitcoin at 16 when everybody was crapping themselves. Absolutely. Pretty much 9 out of 10 people on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, when Bitcoin was at 16, they were all saying, I don't know if you guys remember, they were all saying, Bitcoin's going down to 11. Everyone, excuse me. Ooh, hold on. Where was I? Everyone was saying Bitcoin was going down to 11. And it didn't. Richard Hart, Bitcoin's going down to 11, right? I don't want to name out other influencers, but that was like the common thing to jump on that. So usually when everybody's saying one thing, it's time to go the other. And, you know, I was probably a part of getting swept up over the last couple months of like, oh my God, there's all this bullish news. And there's still, the thing is like, even right now with this correction, guys, I'm still super freaking bullish on Bitcoin. So this is not lowering my excitement about what Bitcoin can and will do. And I think maybe I should just wrap up on that. I've been going for 47 minutes, kind of a long live stream, because I know a lot of you guys are like, what's happening? So what Bitcoin is, I guess if this is rattling you a bit, you need to go step back and be like, all right, how can I build my belief of what I'm holding? Now, if you're holding, I don't know, if you're holding like Solana meme coins, I would consider, I don't know what to say to that. But I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin, this shouldn't concern you. This shouldn't concern you at all, right? And that's really where I guess like me being in crypto for the last 11 years, I've come to that point. I've come to that point where like this doesn't concern me, even though a massive amount of my net worth is in Bitcoin. Yeah, is 50K possible? Sure, absolutely. Is 40K possible? Sure, absolutely. What does that mean though? I guess let me just finish on this. Like, what does that actually like mean? Okay, so what will happen if it goes to 40K? Do you want to sell now and hope it goes to 40K? You could be like people that did that back in 2022 when things were at 20 and 16 and they're like, I'm selling everything because it's going down to 10 or 9 or 8 or 7 or 6. And like most of those people never got back into the market, right? So all these predictions, again, my YouTube station would be 10x the size if every thumbnail was like Bitcoin to 5K. Like if I did that right now, guys, you got to realize that first off, I'd be creating more fear when there really isn't any need to. And second, like nobody can predict it. So if that, I'm not going to go down that, right? Just DCA from here on out. Absolutely. Dumb money sold in 2022. Dumb money will sell again. Be smart money and think long term. Bro, absolutely. Great comment. I'm going to end on that, guys. I've been chatting my ass off for about 50 minutes. Hope you guys are well. Hope this was helpful for you guys just to kind of like reset how you're feeling a little bit, because I know that this can be pretty concerning. I'm not saying it's not, you know. So, but zooming out, realizing what Bitcoin is, realizing that this is a global thing. This is not Bitcoin specifically. This is a lot of stuff regarding, again, like Mt. Gox fears and global conflict in the Middle East fears and recession fears. I think that's the big one. It's like, oh my gosh, this recession indicator came in, and oh my God, this has been really accurate. So I'm going to sell. People are selling because I think it's going to go lower. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If there's enough kind of global belief around something. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I will end the stream there. If you want to pick up the charts from Into the Cryptoverse, you will get 10% off. I think they're a really, really great collection of charts just to kind of keep you guys kind of like what's going on. A lot of them I shared in this video. So hope you guys are well. Until next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.